Treaties of Velasco. When General Houston and his volunteer Texas Army defeated Mexico at San Jacinto, General Santa Anna had no choice but to make a deal with Houston. Texas would get its freedom from Mexico. On May 14, 1836, Santa Anna signed two peace treaties with Texas President David G. Burnet. The Treaties of Velasco would send all of Santa Anna's soldiers back to Mexico. Santa Anna also secretly agreed to help Texas gain independence from Mexico without any further problems. Leaders agreed that the southern border of Texas would be the Rio Grande River. Not everyone was happy about the way the war ended or with the treaties. Many people wanted to see Santa Anna punished for all he had done to the Texans. Mexican leaders said the treaties were no good because Santa Anna had been a prisoner when he signed them. It was clear Texas was not completely free from troubles with Mexico. A new republic. People claimed that Texas was now a country, the Republic of Texas. Texans had the right to follow the Texas Constitution and choose leaders to represent them. An election was held to find the first president of the Republic of Texas. Stephen F. Austin, Texas founder, ran for the office. However, the people elected war hero General Sam Houston. Mirabeau B. Lamar was elected as vice president. Austin took the job of Secretary of State. He continued to work hard for Texas. Texans were proud of their victory. They wanted to create a modern and successful nation. They found this was almost as difficult as winning their freedom in the first place. However, the people were determined to work hard to make their nation strong. There was a lot of good land on which people could settle, farm, and build communities. They had a government in place. The presidency, Congress, and court system of Texas were modeled after the three-branch system of the United States. Many immigrants from other countries continued to settle in Texas. The population of the Republic grew and grew. Unfortunately, the Republic of Texas also had problems. The new nation needed money. It had no savings and needed to repay money it had borrowed during the revolution with Mexico. Leaders decided to collect taxes and sell land to earn that money. Citizens continued to be concerned about their safety. They were afraid Mexico might attack again. In addition, settlers wanted to keep peace with American Indians. President Houston wanted to sign treaties with the American Indians. Nation or state? The people of Texas rebuilt communities after the long war with Mexico. Towns grew and farms and plantations did well. However, many people feared Texas would not be strong enough to stand alone for long. Texas still had very little money. The next president, President Lamar, did not get along well with the American Indian tribes. In addition, Mexico was not sticking to the treaty terms. It often attacked Texas. Santa Anna even took control of several Texas towns for a short time again. Many Texans still thought of themselves as Americans. These people wanted Texas to join the United States. Others wanted Texas to grow as a nation. Americans were not sure if the annexation of Texas was a good idea. The U.S. would have to take over Texas's debts. Many people also worried about getting involved in disagreements between Texas and Mexico and American Indians. The biggest concern, however, was slavery. Texans, like people in southern U.S. states, were allowed to own other people as slaves. Slaves were forced to farm large Texas plantations. People in the U.S. weren't sure they wanted another slave state. President Polk, however, knew it would be bad if Texas fell back into the hands of an enemy. In the end, the U.S. decided Texas would be a good addition to the country. On February 28, 1845, the U.S. Congress passed a resolution saying Texas could become a state. Texas would have to pay off its own debts, but people would still be allowed to own slaves. Texas would also have the right to divide itself into 5 states if it chose to do so. The people of Texas agreed to the terms of annexation. On December 29, 1845, Texas President Anson Jones lowered the Republic of Texas flag for the last time. Texas was now the 28th state in the United States of America. The U.S. and war with Mexico. When the U.S. accepted Texas as a state, Mexico believed it was an act of war. Mexican leaders still believed Texas belonged to them. U.S. President James K. Polk offered to buy land from Mexico. Unfortunately, Mexico would not sell. In addition, U.S. and Mexico disagreed on the boundary between the two countries. On May 13, 1846, the U.S. declared war against Mexico. It was just what many Americans had feared when Texas was annexed. Texas Rangers knew the Texas land well. They were excellent scouts and fighters. Like other Texans, they wanted the Mexican threat to be over at last. The war ended after the U.S. invaded Mexico City in February 1848. Leaders signed the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. The Rio Grande River would be the boundary between the countries. The U.S. also gained more than 500,000 square miles of land. The U.S. paid Mexico $15 million. The Mexican-American War had come to an end.